home, our school, the woods, the dump.
Okay. No slide projector here. Okay, that's not good. Well, we're gonna destroy the town of Ordinary. It's gotta be done. Catch. How you like the taste of your own medicine, huh?
We found the slide projector in the dump outside town. Did they recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
Okay.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane.
What? I don't...
No matter. It suits you very well, the poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing. Can we talk about that?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's this... I feel an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No. Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris. She's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown? That you believe Polaris caused?
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it. She saved me and Dylan.
Jesse...
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there. Agents from... I don't know exactly. They took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well. And that begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
We're breaking out. Ordinary supplement. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden. See interviews alpha and beta for relevant information. And the obtained therapy sessions from Jesse Faden, as well as circumstantial evidence found at the Ordinary site. Note that accounts provided by all three sources contain conflicting data. Example, Dylan claims there are 8 slides for the projector. Jesse mentioned 9 slides. The Bureau found 1 intact slide, designation 36, and the burnt remains of 6 others. Unfortunately, these slides are too badly damaged to be used in the projector. Jesse Fadden is believed to be the individual responsible for burning the slides. Dr. Darling has ordered that the entirety of the Ordinary Town dump be brought to the Bureau for examination and analysis with the hopes of finding additional slides and other altered materials. Due to the limited space in the investigation sector, this AWE will be investigated in the containment sector. Okay. So they brought the whole dump here. That's pretty
Moved the
interesting.
whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing.
Dump cessation of work order. By order of Dr. Darling, all work in the ordinary dump is to stop effective immediately. Resources will be allocated to the potato harvesting department. Details will be forthcoming. This area will be sealed at the end of the month. Please remove all personal effects before that time. Any photographic slides, the type used in slide projectors found in the area, should be delivered to Dr. Darling immediately. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Victor, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Thank you, buddy. Welcome in. That is enough. Oh my god, you're still alive. It was the deadly crotch shot that got him. There, dodge that.
We should check that lab.
Oh my god. He was playing dodgeball pretty good there. Album cover. What? Interesting. The Old Gods of Asgard. Rebirth Greatest Hits. I was 9 or something when I found my dad's Old Gods album. I became a huge fan instantly. Well, who wouldn't? The Old Gods of Asgard are awesome. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
Not creepy at all. That was indeed a weird vlog. So I wonder what happened to Darling that made him just freak out. Okay, we have a whole bunch of missions now. We have a new hotline too. Okay, so it almost seems like the board there was saying that the hiss is under control, but clearly it's not. Okay, we have to go to the research sector. Like a control point around here, we can just... Can we continue through here? To the turntable? It looks like it. Nice. Okay. Oh, I can't rotate it anymore? What? Oh, so that's the Sterling AWE. We must not be able to go there yet then. Okay. Forgot about the hotline flashbangs. Yeah, this thing is so bright. Oh, we need one more point so we can get more health. And then only 2 more to get the last one. Okay, wait, what were the missions? There was a ton of missions that we got, too. Right? The sector elevator? A dark place? Okay. Projectile speed. Interesting. Damage boost. Okay. Okay, where's that elevator? Which one? Central Executive? Okay. Well, let's go check it out.
Good luck out there.
Thanks.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there, reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation sector.
Investigation sector, huh?
Hmm.
We should check this out.
Here goes nothing. Maybe that drowning man was Alan? Oh my. Okay.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess Guess not. It's not working. Probably a loose power core somewhere. Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
God, there's a lot of documents. Oh my lord. I'm gonna be reading forever here. Okay, hold on. We have a lot of stuff that just got picked up. Okay, the Darling investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite accounts of anonymous robots regarding inhumane treatment of a dog currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during the investigation. The majority of the plants sector personnel team seemed to be wholly unaware of any such dog contained there. One lady confirmed that the dog's code name to be Zod, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the restroom. Research wing, the restroom research wing, to interview its staff. I don't know. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. Yes, paranatural dogs, you gotta treat them just like regular dogs. They're good boys. While the investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into Jello research. I don't know. So it's the real in-game challenge is keeping up with all the lore. Yeah, for real. Yeah, it doesn't help that I keep making stuff up too, scrambling my brain on all the redacted materials. All right, so Burrow Tractor. Miscommunication led to the local coroner examining the body of William Burrow, a male, Caucasian, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained from coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. The autopsy findings were blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations to the left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries to the extremities, dislocation of the right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma, abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from the scene. Conclusion. It is of my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with an animal attack. It's the dogs, man. The demon dogs. Oh my God. It's a lot of correspondence. Okay, so the Casey inquiry. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all of our files on Bright Falls, specifically the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the interagency information exchange agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with a most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with the writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into. But what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. All right, so to Chief Investigator Dennis, it happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our dogs. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Fisheye Lake if they won't let me see any data? It's actually Cauldron Lake, but hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this shit hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't make any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Emilio Estevez. And those raccoons, you leave them alone. They're cute, they're adorable. Sometime in the past, 2017, Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. We got Connor, Cruz, Dempsey, Malcolm, Murray, Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the fire break. They're lost, I'm afraid. Oh, jeez. 3rd of March, 2019. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations of the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the most rampant disregard for my department's fridge. My staff cannot work in these conditions. This fridge is not stocked. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so now I must rely on my actions to speak louder than words ever could. I blame this situation on our absolutely worthless secretary, Carol, who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming parts of the investigation sector lost to the fungus loose inside. The fungus among us. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The fungus has failed the agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Oh no, that's not what that says. Not the fungus, right? The secretary. God damn it, Carol. Secretary failed. Sincerely, William Kirkland. All right, staffing issue. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there is an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for the other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filling the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate the whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. These people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it is your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. They did reference Hartman, and I believe that is Dr. Emil Hartman. So, we have another hotline. Oh, this is the...
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Vaden could hear it.
A dark presence.
A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Vaden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss, so it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away, and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark, not unlike the hostile resonance, waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
Fascinating. We need to get to the dark place. We gotta rescue Alan. Can I get through here? Thank you. Whoop. Oh my gosh. So many more documents. What are you guys doing to me? Alright, get out of the way. Okay, now what do we get? Oh my gosh. Official findings report. Re the fridge being empty. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, some investigation was launched into the execution of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in Kirkland witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive diarrhea when fighting with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting the issue rather than proving it. Notable love between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggested their arguments center around Dimensional Research Wing and the cheesecake kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's suspicions as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded with that Dr. Trench's behavior is not indicative of any permanent psychosis and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Refer to file bacon and eggs for further report. We had one more, didn't we? Did we not have one more here? Thought we did. Maybe I accidentally missed it. I accidentally clicked that like we read it. So I don't know which one it was. No idea. Kirkland, I am growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff is no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. I'm reading way too far ahead. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You're both failures, plotting against me. You are traitors. But the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Okay. That's enough of that. We can open up this wall too. Let me in. Thank you. Oh, good. More documents. Oh, there we go. This is what we needed. Another document? Jesus Christ. Guys. All right. Oh, boy. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P1429er was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program. Funding? By the Federal Bureau of Control? I don't know. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic removal and disremoval. I don't know what that means. Toys were brought into the oldest house and placed under arrest examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. Once the toys grow up, they take over. This program has produced no successful cases as it only resulted in the traumatic death of paranormally inclined dogs. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human anatomy. This investigation team unequivocally loves the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be continued immediately. Permanently put into place. I don't know. Tractor procedures. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill. When last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. It sounds like the tractor that attacked us in Alan Wake, I'm going to be honest. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of the Burroughs farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but they were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow, only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier that night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. How do you take 3 agents and detain a tractor? What do you do? How do you detain it? Like, stop. Halt. That's about the best you could do. Right? I don't know. Maybe open like the gas tank and let the gas out. You could detain it that way. Pop the tires, maybe. I don't know. We're starting to get some new materials. We got a lot of jukebox tokens. Okay, we need that. Come here.
There. Now that gate should open.
Open sesame. Oh, thank God, more documents. That's what I wanted. Okay, I've got a control point. Claim this.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Great. We're going back to the hotel, huh? All right, let's read this stuff. Ethan, welcome in. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so we had Blessed Organization. This group individual has operated outside the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected with an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. Chester Bless is a sweet name. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved in the Blessed organization. Okay. Official findings report on Incident A49. The purpose of Internal Investigation X397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of the 3/4 agents. Just 3/4 of them. 3/4 of all agents? Or 3/4 of an agent? I don't know. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the 12th of August, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive tendencies. Cross-referencing that date with various logs, found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. The air filters were changed, and an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Wake entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. Given their connection with the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Wake's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and, I don't know, to the, what does that say? Baseball? I don't know what the baseball has to do with anything. Investigation is ongoing. Doing good, also sad because Beach Week is over. Beach Week. That sounds awesome. Okay, so we only have 3 ability points, and we're waiting to get more so we can get more health. We're at level 6 mods? No, we need more shifting fragments. 5 shifting fragments before we can get those. Oh, I see. We're getting more icons so we can get more possibilities from the mods. Gotcha. We've got plenty of things to upgrade weapons. We should probably decide what we want to upgrade. Maybe the charge, because we've been using it so much. It's been a lot of fun. Could do that. Why not? Okay, so we upgraded that. We can upgrade it again? Okay. So the charge is fully upgraded. Hell yeah. Means we can put 2 more things on it. There's only 2 choices. Increase blast radius and... Oh, there's a couple more choices. Oh, projectile speed and damage. Maybe instead of blast radius, we want projectile speed. That's harder for those guys in the sky to dodge them. I don't know. Blast radius is great too, though. We'll leave it for this for now. That seems good. Okay, so we are getting closer here. We're going to have to go through the hotel. It looks like we're going to have to take a little trip back to the motel, hotel, whatever that was. However, I would like to... Let's see, do we have any other side stuff that we were doing? We can hand in? Oh, we're getting close here, though. Finish Tango. Search for the slide projector in dimensional research. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the one that we... the main one, probably. So we're doing the sidetracked Dark Place side quest.
Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Join the community Discord.